Do you know how long your test should run before you're actually running it? Let's imagine we're Google and we want to run a test on this page, their drinkware page. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Speero A/B test calculator and we're gonna set that to pre-test analysis. Then we have to find the weekly traffic and the weekly conversions. And this will help us set an average sample on which we can base our calculations of how long a test on this drinkware page should run. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, so in GA4 you have this Google Merge Shop and it's available for you to look at the data. You can go to engagement, pages and screens, then set the time range to the last week. Or if that was a weird week, then take another week that's maybe a little bit more average. You don't want to have a crazy week determine your average duration of test. And we're going to be looking at the drinkware page here. You can see here the number of users. We're gonna copy that and we're gonna put that in here, weekly traffic. Now all we need to do is to calculate the weekly conversions of people that have also reached that page. So something you can do is you can look here and see like, hey, are there any purchases related to that page? But you see here there are 0, but in fact there might be more. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a free form here. I've already started. What I've done is I added as rows device categories. If you want, you can always, if you have enough traffic, you can also calculate how long a test should run on desktop or on mobile, but most of the A/B test programs run tests on both. So I just have them here. Total users as a value here. So these are just all the users. Also the time is set to 7 days, just like before. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a segment. And in that segment, we wanna have users. Delete this one because then we can create a segment. So we're gonna want to have users that have reached that drinkware page. There it is. And then as a next step, they have made a purchase. Drinkware page and purchase. You already see here, there are 55 people who done that. So actually you got your number right here, but you can also press save and apply. And then you see the same number here. This is total users. The other one had a different users. It's fine. So we're gonna put here weekly conversions, 50, number of variants. So just assuming you have a test with one variant. And what you see here is that this is going to be a hard page to test on. I generally try to have a minimum detectable effect lower than 15. That means the effect that you'll be able to measure with your test with frequentist statistics is, in this case, 37%. That's a lot. Of course, we don't have to run a confidence level of 95 because this is not a medical study. People are not dying. So you can lower that if you want, but it's still going to be hard. I generally don't run tests 6 weeks. Only if the tool is server-side, because then you don't have a cookie problem. So, for example, I would rather have, it's a dream world, right? I would rather see this MDE lower than 15%. It's more doable. If you have an MDE of 15%, you know, like, okay, I'm going to have to test a big thing, a big redesign. But if this were the data we were working with, then you could say like, okay, I can also run this test maybe for 3 weeks, a little bit shorter, and then I have to measure an effect like this. And this is the number of visitors per variant. So this is one way of determining how long a test should run. And it's also very important to learn about the MDE, and sometimes it's just a bit of experience. So if you have an MDE of, let's say, like 1%, okay, this is fine. If you have an MDE of 5%, for example, you can test smaller things, like you can maybe work with the CTA or maybe change some text here and there. There is also a template that you can easily calculate weekly visitors, conversions, and then the MDE. If you want to have this, reach out to me on LinkedIn and I can help you with that. You will see here the number of tests per year you can run. So it's very helpful. Good luck.